Hey friends, Uncle Jerry Bear here. It is December 14th, and I have a confession. I love Christmas, and I always get excited about it, and it starts early in the year. Um, and It seems like no matter what, uh, it gets upon me before I know it. And I find myself feeling like I haven't done the things I'd wanted to do. Um, you might say, "Well, Jerry, you still got a lot of time. It's not too late." But something else I confess is I tend to procrastinate, and I had planned to make a lot of videos this year to, well, frankly, promote my book, "What Child Is This?" and um, and allow people to get to know me a little bit better. So I guess you're getting to know the real me right now, because I will tell you, I had plans to um, create a lot of content, talk about some of the movies that have inspired me, some of the traditions, little known facts about things, and if I use this confession today, maybe it will create a little bit of grace for myself, and also a little motivation to get busy. Um, and I'm curious because there's other aspects to Christmas that a lot of us go through. The song says it's the most wonderful time of the year, and certainly that's what advertisers would have us believe. But I know for a lot of us, including myself, there's a lot of sadness that creeps up around the holidays too. Uh, it's this time of year that we become mindful of the people that we've lost that are no longer here with us. Maybe that there's broken relationships in the family, friendships. Maybe it's because it's at the last month of the year, and maybe we haven't met our own expectations, whether it be in our personal relationships or in our career. So I think about this, and I think, how do we get through this? And collectively, I think the best thing we can do is be mindful. It's okay to wish people Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and if you know somebody's religious beliefs, you greet them in that. And it's nice to have a smile on our face and be sincere in wishing people good things. Um, but it's also good to be mindful that people may be going through things, and we don't know. So if we don't get the response that we're looking for, if we see people out and about, and it just doesn't seem like they're in the holiday spirit, um, you know we got to give them grace, we got to give them love, and we need to do this for one another. um, it's really not about trying to one up each other on gift giving or having the most decorated house inside or out. It's really about doing what makes you happy, and what brings you, the joy, and recognize that it's not going to be the same for you um, as it is for somebody else, and that's okay. Um, if you have a friend or loved one, and they're going through something, or they've um, experienced a loss or some kind of sadness related to this time of year, you know, don't expect them to just shake it off, and don't expect that it's as easy as saying, well, you got to get on with your life. Um, this is really the time of year to say, I may not know exactly what you're going through, but I know you're going through something, and I just want you to know that, I care about you. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I want you to be comfortable in telling me exactly, how you're feeling, and it doesn't have to all be, let's say sunshine and lollipops, but this time of year it might be snowflakes and uh, peppermint sticks, candy canes. Anyway, so that's my confession. I'm feeling a little bit down, and if you're feeling that way too, well, here's something that I thought of earlier today, and I think it's going to help me, and maybe it'll help you too. You know, uh, we know that this society it's based on commerce, and the merchants, the retailers, the wholesale, everybody, they have to gear up and they have to start throwing Christmas at us earlier and earlier. It seems like every year, So, I mean, I've noted it many times. It goes all the way back to September. And I've also been frustrated by the fact that, you can walk into a Walgreens on Christmas Day in the afternoon. They've cut the music, and they're bringing out Valentine stuff. And boy, if you're sad at Christmas time because you don't have a significant other, it really doesn't help when you see the Valentine stuff out there and you're like, oh, well, that's what I got to look forward to. But that aside, what I wanted to say is just because the powers that be say, when you stop spending, that Christmas is over, it doesn't have to be. And, the 12 days of Christmas, it doesn't start till Christmas Day. And it ends on January 5th. And I think that this year I think it comes on a Monday. I'm not sure, but I always know. I'm getting a little Christmas tune here from a clock that I got at a gift exchange many years ago, and I have to admit that when I initially unwrapped it, I wasn't all that pleased. And I've come to love it, and I've had this thing around now probably longer than just about any Christmas gift I can think about. So that's something else that you can learn. First impressions aren't always the right or the truest impression. But anyway, for myself, I say I want to watch a Christmas a Christmas movie every day in December, and I really want to get out to see these lights here and go there and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And as the 25th draws nearer and nearer, and this window begins to close, I think that's when I start to feel like, I haven't, or I'm not going to get there. And Christmas is going to come and go and too fast again. But getting back to the 12 days of Christmas, this is what I'm going to do. And I suggest for others that might be feeling like me, make a plan to not let Christmas be over on Christmas Day, but to let it begin. After the presents are unwrapped and you've had that feeling of eating too much and settling down, maybe for myself, I'll be watching a Bronco game that day. But anyway, as the day winds down on Christmas, don't let it end there. Let it begin there. Uh, it comes midweek. A lot of us are going to have days off. Use those days to really relax and take in everything. You don't have to rush to throw the tree out at the yard if you have the fresh one. Get it out to the curb. It's made it this long. It'll last a few more days. And if it's the artificial tree that more and more of us have, leave it up and continue to listen to Christmas music and continue to watch Christmas shows. I feel very, very lucky that when I was a kid, that we had these Christmas shows that came around once a year. And if you missed it, you missed it. And as a child, that could be very disappointing. But one of the nice things today, and I said that it could be very disappointing, but the other side of it is it was such joy to anticipate that show coming on, to see it begin to be advertised, that it's going to be on December 5th or 8th or whatever it was at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And that was one of the great joys, But today, one of the other great joys is we still have everything at our fingertips. So, you can put on It's a Wonderful Life on December 27th if you haven't had time to watch it before that. Love Actually or Miracle on 34th Street. So anyway, my advice, let Christmas or the holiday season end on your own terms. When you're ready to let it go, then you let it go. And if you're like some other people and can't wait for it to be over, that's all right too. Everybody processes these things differently. So maybe you'll have had your fill and you're like, I can't listen to one more Christmas song. They've been going on for months. And, I don't want to see one more silly movie with that old familiar plot. And you let it go right away. That's all right too. But for those who feel like they let it get away, they've missed out, like I was saying earlier, take the time and continue to enjoy it until you're tired of it, if that's possible. For some of it is. For some of us, it takes a lot. And I think I'll just end by saying and reminding people that this is my book. It is What Child Is This? It's available at Amazon. For me, it was a process of love to be able to write it. And all the best things of Christmas movies, music, TV, all these things are wrapped up in this book. I wasn't attempting to steal. I have a very original story here, but it is an homage to all the great things. And some of these things, I will tell you, I sat down and I wrote and tried to jam in there just as much familiar things that I could, because I did want to evoke memories and emotions from the things of your past that you might have enjoyed. But another great thing is unconsciously, there's other things that I wrote about, and I'm starting to discover that they're in my book, and I then see where maybe that inspiration came from, unconsciously, and maybe it was unconscious, or maybe God had a hand in directing, and I believe He did. The words in this thing, because this book, it is a fun story. It is. silly in a lot of ways. I think there's some laughs in there, and there's some excitement, but there's also a very real story of um, suffering, loss, and not being sure you'd be able to go forward. And I think there's always a way forward, if you believe in God and you believe in His power to change your life and to bring about things for the better. So I'll just end with that. Early Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone has a great week ahead of them. And we'll just look forward to Christmas Day together. For those of you that are celebrating other holidays, don't mean to belittle those things. Honestly, I don't know the dates of all the other holidays, but I do celebrate you. And I'm saddened when I hear of anybody belittling other people's faith. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Savior, and I'm very bold about that. And that's wrapped into my story. But I know some of you are on other journeys, and I know God loves all of us. So with that, I will end. All right. God bless you.